Alright, so last weekend I met up with a Facebook group called the Toyota 3G World, or something like that. I'll put a link in the comments down below. We went out to Long Beach, did a little hike around Cape Disappointment. There's just so much good stuff to see out there. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. If there's anything that you're trying to see around the Pacific Northwest, or you have any ideas for any videos to make, just leave me a comment down below, and if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button. The scenery driving out was absolutely gorgeous. There was a ton of stuff to look at. And even though it was a little bit cloudy, it broke up in sections. We stopped into Long Beach right before going to Cape Disappointment for a quick photo shoot. Once we got to the Cape, there was a huge beach. You could see a lighthouse out in the distance. There were mussel shells everywhere, birds everywhere. It was really a sight to see. And after looking at our maps, we noticed that there was a trail going up to the lighthouse, so we decided to explore that. It's just a quick, I want to say, quarter to a half mile there, and then another quarter to a half mile back. Along the way, you see things like Deadman's Cove. You'll be able to see more of the Washington and Oregon coastline, since you're basically right there on the border. It's really a great little visit that's not too much to handle as far as the hike goes. After messing around, we headed back to Long Beach to grab some lunch. stopped by a place called Hungry Harbor, mainly because they had seafood and burgers, which some of the people couldn't eat seafood, so we needed to find somewhere that had multiple options to eat. And then finally, for the main event, we decided to head out to the beach. The main beach entrance was closed, so we had to drive maybe like 3 to 4 miles out of town and then take a left and get onto the beach that way through this entrance. Driving on sand is a very odd feeling. Your truck kind of washes back and forth. There's traction, but it doesn't feel 100%. And if you drive on anyone's tracks like I'm driving here, it's almost kind of like driving on rails. It pulls you into the track, and in your truck, you really have to steer it out of it to get out of the track if you want. And obviously this applies to whatever kind of sand that you're driving on, because if you look to the left, you'll see there's darker sand, and that stuff's way more hard packed. Even in the wet spots, I thought I was going to get stuck, but it wasn't as soft as this white sand is. So Long Beach, if you didn't know, is about 28 miles long. We drove out into the beach and went a couple of miles up the coast, and after that there was absolutely no one out there. It's a long beach. I mean, it's 28 miles out, 28 miles back. It'd take you a full hour to drive the entire beach at 60 miles an hour. So at the beach speed limit, which is 25 miles an hour, it would take you 2.5 hours to get all the way down there and back. We drove a couple miles up, kind of hung out for a little bit, snapped some photos, stand around, took in all the beauty, and then, and then it was time to head back. And I wanted to say thanks for watching these videos. I'm trying out some new stuff. This is the first video I'm doing with a voiceover in it. If you have any suggestions or if you have any place that you want to see around the Pacific Northwest, leave me a comment, let me know, and I will try to get that video made. And if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, brownie points if you hit the notify button. And other than that, I guess I'll see you on the next video.